Hello everyone, I'm Rayven. You may know me from Ramblings of a Dysfunctional Homeschooler or Malice in Wonderland or The Secular Parents way back in the day. For those that don't, I am a black, disgruntled elder millennial, mother of three, who does her best to make time for the things in life that matter, and who at my very big age finally published a book of poetry, Lamentations on Living, which you can find on my website, and finished the rough draft of my novel, which I am currently doing the first round of edits for before I decide if I'm really going to do the Kickstarter or if I'm going to shop it around. Maybe both at the same time. I haven't figured out, but I do have the cover and you can see that on the website. So I was trying to figure out the best way to approach this podcast. At first I thought I will create a bit of fiction rooted in this world that my novel and future novels take place in, where I share spooky stories from that world. And then I realized how much work that would be. And I do still work a full-time job because writing does not pay me enough to feed aforementioned 3 kids. So instead, I decided to just keep it simple. So on this podcast, on my porch, you all will have an opportunity to share a cup of tea with me and hear my thoughts about writing, about the things I've written, about the world as a whole maybe. I don't know. I do know that you will occasionally hear stuff that I have written though, because I feel like that's probably the best way to get it out there. Blogs were big in 2009, but now everybody wants short form content that they can easily digest, and I have lots of opinions on that. But that's not what this one is for. Today, I am going to read the first poem in my poetry book as a way to set the intention for this space. If you're looking for a high, super polished, almost perfect podcast, I cannot ever promise you that that will be this. I will be painfully real and realistic with myself. So if you're down for that, then buckle up, bitches. If not, peace be upon you as you go forth and find whatever it is you're looking for. But my book of poetry starts with a poem called Covenant. And Covenant is the first poem because the book is raw. The emotions are raw. Most of them were written in a state of that initial hurt that you encounter in a relationship or in life or with yourself. Because sometimes we are our biggest enemy. And so I wanted to set the stage as a welcoming and an understanding that diving into it is a covenant. And in a sense, so is this podcast. My goal is for it to feel like you have sat down on my front porch with me. You can hear gentle rain, the rocking chairs creak slightly as we sit and share life together. And so, have a sip of your tea and buckle up. Covenant. There is magic in my sensuality. There is power in my kiss. There is hope in my embrace. There is promise in tomorrow. There is doubt in my heart. There is pain in my eyes. There is regret in my mind. There is forgiveness in today. There are wounds on my skin. There are scars in my heart. There are burns on my soul. There is pain in yesterday. But the yesterdays are gone. So I shall live for the forgiveness of today, seek refuge in the promise of tomorrow, and find beauty in the ashes. Now I'm going to keep this first one very short, and I hope you all are able to find beauty in the ashes and join me. The goal is to hopefully do these once a week. But as I said before, I am going to keep realistic expectations for myself. There may be weeks where I do 2, maybe 3, depending on my mood. And then there may be weeks where I prioritize my rest and my liberation, as I hope you do the same. And until then, stay beautiful. Goodbye.